What's going on, guys? Kp-dany here, welcoming you back to another NFL Pick'em video, and today we are going to be predicting Week 9 as well as going over Week 8. And I've got some great Raiders versus Broncos gameplay for you also, which is going to be the Sunday night game coming up, and it's a pretty tough one to pick, but we'll get to that later. So to start off with in Week 8, I got the Jaguars and the Titans, and we picked the Titans. So we won the game, so that's 1-0. And then the Bengals and the Redskins, I was really pissed at this game because the Bengals have just put away this game. They're the better team. I mean, I know it's in London, but 27-27 in overtime, they both had possessions. They both had chances to score, yet they couldn't score. And that leaves us with a tie to make us 1-0-1, which is a pretty weird record. 2 games in. And then the Chiefs over the Colts. I knew the Chiefs were going to win that one on the road, so I get another win right there, 2-0-1. Let's just say 0 losses so far. Panthers and the Cardinals. I picked the Panthers. That was a surprising pick for some people because they thought the Cardinals might win, but I don't think the Cardinals are that good anymore. They pretty much suck. But I think the Panthers have to rebound. They got to get better. I mean, they've lost a lot of games at the starting of the year. Almost all of them, actually. Raiders and the Bucks. That was a crazy overtime game. I saw that play. Seth Roberts gets the catch and breaks away from 2 people and gets into the end zone. They win the game. Great job by the Raiders. I think this team is going to be a really good team. They're going to be challenging the Patriots this year, I think, for the AFC title. Seahawks at the Saints. Now this is a very big surprise. How could the Seahawks lose to the Saints? And this just shows you how sucky the Seahawks are. I'm sorry to say, but the Seahawks suck. Like, they couldn't beat the Cardinals. They could barely beat the Cardinals. And this is coming from a Vikings fan. A Vikings fan who lost to the Seahawks in the playoffs last year. But I believe the Seahawks only win because of luck. The only one player I truly like on that team is Russell Wilson. But that's just my opinion. So, whatever. I was pretty pissed at that loss. That was our first loss. And then the Lions lost to the Texans by a touchdown only. So, I'm not that mad at them, but it was in Houston, so I guess I kind of put too much on them to win. So yeah, should have picked Houston. That's another loss. Sorry for the stuttering. Patriots and at the Bills. Actually, this was a this was like a payback match for the Patriots. They lost to the Bills earlier in the season, so they're just gonna come back and kill them now. 41 points. They dropped 41 points on them and win that game. What a win by the Patriots! An amazing win. Next up, we got the Jets at the Browns. The Jets could barely pull it off. I mean, this team sucks. I thought this team was going to be good going into the year with Matt Forte and those 2 receivers. But no, they're just winning by 3 points against the Browns. That's pretty sad. Chargers at the Broncos. Broncos pulled it off 27-19. I knew they would. They were at home. They had to win that one. And now the Packers at the Falcons. That was an insane game. I went big and picked the Falcons at home, and the Falcons won by a point. The Packers couldn't come back at the end. And then the Eagles and the Cowboys. That was an insane game too. In overtime. Bunch of games went to overtime this week, actually. I think 3 did. Yeah, 3 of them went to overtime. The Cowboys, what a great win. That touchdown at the end, though, the guy was wide open, so I don't know what the Eagles are doing. And next up, the one that I've dreaded the entire week, the Minnesota Vikings. How could they lose to the Chicago Bears? The Chicago Bears that were 1-6 going into this game. And the Vikings were 5-1, pretty much opposite records. And you know what? The Bears actually won. The Bears won. It was pretty stupid. I mean, I couldn't believe it. How the Bears won that game. I was pretty shocked when I watched it. I mean, I'm a Vikings fan, so you probably feel my pain. A lot of teams have had these kind of stupid losses. The Eagles have had these stupid losses. The Packers have lost to the Cowboys, actually 16. They've only scored 16 points, but this was a pretty stupid loss. The Vikings only scored 10 points. They got to get their offense together. And Norv Turner, actually, their offensive coordinator, resigned. So I'm hoping to see what they have with their offense in the next week or so. Whatever. But let's just get to week 9. Falcons at the Buccaneers on Thursday night. I'm going to take the Falcons on the road because I think the Falcons are a better team. Just because of that, yeah. Lions at the Vikings. Okay, I know the Vikings have lost 2 straight. They've lost to the Bears. But they got to get it together, and they're undefeated at home. So As long as they have to win this game. I mean, as a fan, I gotta pick them. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Eagles at the Giants. That's a pretty hard pick. A lot of rivalry in this pick. A bunch of rivalry. But I gotta pick the Eagles because Carson Wentz is gonna be mad at the Cowboys, and they don't want to go. They're already 4-3 or something, right? They had 3 losses, I think, and so do the Giants. I think they have 3 or 4 losses. So they got to win this game to get ahead in the race. I think the Giants are actually ahead of them in the standings, maybe. But yeah, they got to win this game. So I think the Eagles are gonna win. Otherwise, they're not making the playoffs. I mean, they might, but it's gonna be hard with the Giants ahead of them. Jets at the Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins there because the Jets, you just saw what happened last week. They could barely beat the Browns. Jaguars at the Chiefs, no brainer. Chiefs. The Jaguars are playing terrible, even though they're supposed to be getting better, but no. Cowboys at the Browns, that's a joke. The Cowboys, if they lose that one, if okay, that's my lock of the week. If the Cowboys lose that one, that's gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be insane. The Browns are no, there's no way the Browns are gonna win. Just forget it. Steelers at the Ravens. I gotta take the Steelers here because even though the Ravens are at home, Ben Roethlisberger might play, and I think they just got to rebound. They just got to start playing better. They've lost to the Patriots, and they've had some losses now, and they got to start playing better to win that division. Or else Cincinnati might grab it, but even though they're sucking, the Ravens might even grab it. Actually, who knows? Saints at the 49ers. I'm gonna take the Saints. Surprisingly, I mean the Saints are the one team that I hate the most in the NFL. But the 49ers, even though they're at home, I just don't think they can pull it off against the Saints team that's coming off a win against Seattle. So yeah, Panthers at the Rams. Tough matchup. Well, actually, not really, because the Rams suck against the rest of the NFC. They can only beat their own division. So I'll take the Panthers. That's an easy pick. Colts at the Packers. Man, this is a game. This is an actual game, and this could have been the Super Bowl matchup in 2015, I think, or no, 2014. Oh, 2014 or 15, one of those years when it was Seattle versus New England. If they both lost, it would have been Green Bay versus the Colts. But I'm gonna take the Packers here because they're at home, and there's just no way the Colts can go in there and win. I just don't think so. Um, Titans at the Chargers. Man, oh man, the Titans at the Chargers. That's a very hard decision because I want Mariota to shine, and the Chargers are an up and down team. They might win, they might not. So just because they're at home, I'm gonna have to take the Chargers here. Sorry to Titans fans out there. Broncos at the Raiders. Okay, this is the toughest matchup of the week to predict. Yep, it is. It's the toughest matchup. There's a lot of easy matchups this week to predict, but this one is really hard because Denver's offense isn't as good as it used to be. And the Raiders' offense and their defense is good with Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin and those linebackers, man. They're just crazy chasing after the quarterback. But Derek Carr, I think he can win this game, especially because they're at home and he doesn't shy away from the primetime lights. I mean, he can perform. So I think he can lead his team to a victory with their good offensive line and Amari Cooper and Latavius Murray. Raiders for that one. Bills at the Seahawks, another hard matchup to predict. The Bills are kind of on a rocky road now. They were good at the starting season. Heck, they had like 2 losses coming into last week, I think. But the Seahawks are good too. And then since they're at home, that 12th man is amazing. So I gotta take the Seahawks. I mean, I don't know about the Bills. They might have LaShawn McCoy. They might not. But I think, well, actually, he might be gone for a long time. I don't know. I haven't checked that out. But Seahawks win there. And yeah, we just had a great game between the Raiders and the Broncos, actually. And man, that touchdown at the end was amazing. I think it was fourth down. Oh man, that was an amazing touchdown you guys just saw. But yeah, I mean, that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. See you guys in the next video, and catch you guys later.